Alright, so today we're back with some more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I just had the weirdest thing where I turned on my PlayStation 5 and for some reason it didn't recognize my DualSense controller. Even though the DualSense was like turned on and linked with it, it wouldn't respond. And it kept saying that this device is not supported. So I don't know what that was. It's working fine after restarting it, but never seen that before with a PlayStation console. Just like, oh, we can see your DualShock DualSense is connected, but we don't want to use it. So I don't know what that was up with. Whatever. Here we are. We're back in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I have played this a few times on my own. I haven't progressed any sort of story. But we have done a few things. So first off, Henry is mostly the same, to my understanding. Maybe a few of his stats should have gone up. This game is kind of brutal, and I'm remembering why I didn't finish the first one, to be honest, and I can tell you right away, we probably won't finish this one either, just because of how unfortunately demanding this game is of your time. And if you know me, I don't have a whole lot of time a lot of the time to play games. So what I mean by this is that, like, this game very much is a commitment, it seems, in the sense of, like, if you want to level up at lockpicking, which is my current issue right now, you need to really strap in and spend, like, I was reading some forum posts from people, and they were straight up like, I understand this game's like 70 to 50 hours or something. It's like the length of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is fine to me, but yeah, when you're reading posts of multiple people saying that they're like 70 hours into the game and they still are only fine, like good, not like very easy, but just like easy into the lock-picking mechanics and such, that does not give me a whole lot of hope on that. And I remember the lock-picking sucking in the first game, at least on Xbox. I'm well aware it's fine on PC because you have the infinite smoothness of a mouse to kind of navigate the lockpicking mechanic. In this game, it is, to my memory, pretty similar, if not the same, as the first game, which is a massive misstep, in my opinion, for Warhorse, because this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. I have tried to unlock 30 chests, and I counted them. I wrote them down on, like, a checklist, like, okay, how many tally marks, how many chests can I go through until I finally get one open? I went through 30, and I finally, after 5 tries, opened a very easy chest, which had a much more difficult lock mechanism than this. But the problem with this is that the harder the chest is, it makes the reticule space like this, you can see it growing and growing until it gets gold. The harder the chest is for Henry and his stats, the less leeway space you have for that to be gold, which you need to move the lock. Because if you keep doing this and you get that, the easier the chest is, the more leeway the golden dot has, like the more gold space you have to move around with the lock. But the problem with the controller, even with the DualSense, is that you hold down L2 to rotate the mechanism inside, but you have to constantly move the reticule with the lock mechanism. That's where that is impossible with controller, for me at least, because, and I have very sturdy fingers. Like I'm a photographer, and I'm very good with extremely subtle, smooth movements when I need to lock in and focus. This is me trying to move like around this mechanism as if I were trying to do it as smooth as I can. Like shit like that. You see that? Me dipping off that. That's just because it recoils back in because it's a joystick. With a mouse, I can't picture that really being that much of an issue because it's a mouse. So it just is so... And just trying to glide along the edge of this thing, even though... Just to, like, show you how much... And Henry also has kind of a natural movement with it. Like, that little twitching you see with the reticule, that's just Henry himself. So you add all that together, you had a terrible experience with the lockpicking. And I'm pretty sure I need to unlock this chest for a quest for Bazinga over here. And I can't get it. I really can't. Like, she has a quest, Bazinga. Sorry, Bazinga. She has a quest to find her daughter because her daughter has gone missing with some young lad. They're probably off gallivanting in the fields and having a romp in the flower petals, if you know what I mean. But the lockpicking sucks, man. It just really sucks in this game. And that's really a shame, because that's like one of two mechanics I was really hoping would be kind of improved of from the first one, and it doesn't seem to be there. It just doesn't. There are two other, like, pretty modest annoyances I have with this game, to be honest, now that I've sat down for, like, I've already played this for 10 hours, but I haven't progressed the story. Most of that has just been me walking, and walking, and walking, and walking around the map. Mostly just to explore, part of it to kind of get items if I can find anything. There's not a whole lot of items just like laying around. But I have spent quite an amount of time just walking along all the paths and wherever I feel like. So, yeah. It's a lot of walking, to be honest. This is like a week's worth of travel for Henry in game. Like going out, walking on a path, doing random stuff, and then walking all the way back to Bazinga's house to sleep. That's pretty much what I've been doing. And yeah, we haven't upgraded too much. I'm gonna go back here just because it's safer in here. My other two grievances before we get started will be Henry himself. I think this happened a couple times in dialogue while we were doing the main story, where I'll choose, like, the most, like, unbiased, like, diffusive, just like, hey, man, let's not get over this. And instead, Henry will just say, you're a swelled cock, you loser. Just, like, something totally uncouth and ridiculous. And I don't like it because I don't tell him to say that, but that's his personality and he will say that. Just stuff like that. It's not like where you say, like, the most... It's not like Geralt or Jin or something where you're given, like, a diffusive, just like, whatever, calm down, chillax, man kind of response. A very personable and reasonable, like, let's not do this kind of thing. Instead, Henry will take that type of response in this and just be a total dick about it. And I don't really like that about him. That has happened multiple times, and it's just like, come on, dude. That's not anything of what I wanted you to do. But, like, at the same time, I'm starting to accept that. I'm just like, that's just Henry. That's just Henry. And the other kind of modestly annoying issue I have is the combat. And not entirely in the sense of, like, well, this looks weird. Okay. Like, it kind of works. It just looks a little jank, in my opinion, there. That's supposed to be the chimney. It's just kind of, like, embedded into the little crevice in the stone wall there. The combat's generally fine. Like, funny enough, I'm doing way, way better with the hand-to-hand than anything with weapons. Weirdly enough, I've taken out, like, nobles. Like, I think I have a noble sword and some of his armor pieces still. Yeah, like, I have his common long sword, and I have, like a brocade hood, courtier's coat. Like, I have a few, like, fanciful, quote-unquote, more fanciful outfit pieces and such than I did previously. And, like, I got that by taking out a dude with just my bare fists, and he had a sword. So, I'm doing well with the hand-to-hand. The sword play and weapon play is very hit or miss, and it's fine. I understand that, and I just have to get better at that. The one form of combat that is total BS, in my opinion, is fighting dogs or wolves. Because you will be standing there, swinging your weapon, they will move out of the way, but then you're stuck in an animation stun lock of them performing their attack, no matter if you're defending or attacking them again. It's very... What's the right way to put it? What's a game that... Is it Ghost of Tsushima? There's an open world adventure game that I played within like the past 2 or 3 years or something where you do an attack, but then you can't rebuttal an attack or defend or anything. I want to say there's some aspects of Ghost of Tsushima that do this that are mildly annoying. Where you'll do something... Oh, yeah, I think it is Ghost of Tsushima. Like when the large guys... Yeah, it's Valhalla and Ghost of Tsushima, I think. It's when, like, some of the large characters and such bum rush you or attack you, and you're trying to attack or defend, and it doesn't count for anything. The point being, their animation overrides yours in priority, and that is a terrible thing to have in a video game with, you know, combat. So you'll be fighting, like, you'll be ganged up on by, like, 3 dogs or wolves or something out in the middle of nowhere. And you can't do anything, and you're essentially just dead. Because there are 3 of them stun locking you constantly. Because it'll have Henry, like, get bit in the arm, and then he'll move back, and then you'll try to swing or defend at them, and it won't let you do that, because another wolf is trying to bite you. It's really, really bad. I don't like it. I've been trying to... There's not too many wolves or dogs that I've encountered out in the world. Lo and behold, today we're going to come across probably a bunch just from me saying that. But, yeah, there's not a whole lot of wolves or dogs that I've encountered out in the world. But when you find them, I have just been, every time I've been finding them, trying to avoid the heck out of them. Because of just, like, how unfair they are. I'm trying to think. So, there are, at this abandoned building, there is a pack of abandoned dogs that will attack you. Apolloniana is an absolute mess. I walked through all of this yesterday, actually. There are endless amounts of bandits and wolves and stuff over here. So this was... I have been figuring out, okay, the Savior Schnaps kind of suck ass as a saving mechanic. They only really help if you really, 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 really want to keep playing in the moment. The best way to save the game is literally just, oh, you see an enemy, save and quit. Quit out of the game. We're actually just going to do that. Just save and quit. Just quit out of the game, load back into the game. This is the most effective way to save in this game, and it's kind of unfortunate, because you're constantly just saving and quitting out of the game and having the game reload. Okay, we're back here where this guy's corpse was.
There's something lying over there. I hope it's not mutt. A nice bit of venison, and something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
We were just there, Henry. In any case, that's pretty much my random adventures in this game so far, is navigating around the world trying to clear up some of the map just so I have bearings while I do the story, and then there are some fast travel spots which are very helpful. I am amused that the fast travel system still works pretty much the same as the first game as well, where you constantly just, like, you fast travel to a place. We could do that actually right here. Yeah, this is what I mean by, like, even the DualSense has such a very finicky reticule for such fine-tuned things. It's a great controller. I like it a lot. I still prefer the DualShock 4 over this thing, but it's a great controller. But man, for this game, it is still a little finicky.
Henry, good to see you.
But yeah, today I'm going to try to focus just on story, because I've already run around the map and there's not a whole lot of stuff. I think I talked to, like, the Gravekeeper, Ignatius, and that didn't result in any sort of mission or anything, but he just had an amount of dialogue about himself. Yeah, he, like, lives not here. He lives... Where does he live? He's over here somewhere. He's not here. Oh, he lives here. This is the Gravekeeper. Oh, that's neat. There's actually a fast travel point to Apollyon over there. I didn't see that before. But yeah, we're going to try to just do some story stuff today. I also did look up which one would be better from last time, because I was leaning more towards doing the blacksmith first as like a learning section for the main story, because you have to go to the blacksmith, and the miller. Apparently the miller is a lot more helpful in many regards, because he teaches you better lockpicking apparently, and like stealth and things associated to stuff like that, which is very useful. The blacksmith, apparently you just learn better smithing and maybe some better combat, but I'm not even sure about the combat. I didn't see anyone talking about that. So we're probably going to go for the miller first.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, sucker. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samine these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
Take care for now, Henry.
Great. Ask about Mutt in the tavern. Try to ask a fisherman about Mutt. I hope it isn't the fisherman I killed. That's one other small thing, is that to kind of survive out here, I've been having to kill random people on the road to, like, sell their clothes and anything they have for money. That's kind of what we've turned to petty thievery as well in our desperation here. So, that's a thing. Let me take a look at the map. And after playing this game for, like, running around the map and playing this game for around, like, 10 hours at this point, because that's the thing. The first 4 hours were on part. I've played probably 4 to 5 hours after that. Just running around doing this stuff. Well, doing a whole lot of nothing, but just uncovering the map and exploring what is out here. I can tell that this game is very much just able to play on a PlayStation 5 for some reason. This game is just able to play on a PlayStation 5. My computer is a powerhouse machine, but it's more designed for, like, processing a lot of data and not a whole lot of, like, graphics and video game kind of stuff. The max for my PC is kind of Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 or Red Dead 2. So it can max out at, like, what a PlayStation 4 can kind of handle. This is kind of why I have a PlayStation 5, is to play games like this that my computer can't really handle. But, you know, mine can still, like, render 4K, 4-hour videos and things like that. Okay, so we do have Samine on the fast travel map. I did go back to the place where all of our guys died at the beginning of the game, and it is now an enemy camp. Funny enough, I have walked past this thing multiple times, and they have not tried to kill me for some reason. And the safest place the safest places, in my opinion, in this game so far are the Nomad camp. There's a whole bunch of Romani over here, and they're pretty cool at the moment with us. And yeah, Bozenga's house. So let's go over to Samin real quick. See if we get stopped on the way. On the road, you see two armed men surrounded by corpses of villagers. Why are there villagers right... We are right outside of Bozenga's house. Why are there... Oh, we're also timed on this. Why are there tons of people just dead in the woods next to Bozenga's house? You were searching, and they are searching and looting them. One of them spots you. Flee? We gotta wait. Yeah, so there's like a chance encounter thing. I remember in the first game... What I remember of it, they might have changed it or something else, but I remember you would just get straight up stopped in the middle of the road and wouldn't have a chance to flee. You would just be doing that fast travel thing, and then all of a sudden you'd just be, like, put back into the game, and you would be getting killed by a dude. Okay, so we have a camp over here. Okay, so we're by Samin. I'm also not too upset. Like, I like this game, and I will probably on and off... Well, right now I'm still, like, obsessed with this because I'm just, like, running around the map. I might die quite a bit and get frustrated at certain things, but I'm still just engrossed in this right now, and, like, it looks so beautiful, man. This is such a perfect summer game, in my opinion. And... I'm going to keep playing this even if I don't record it all the time, but I'm going to try to record this as much as I can. My point being about that is that if I'm not feeling like recording, like I want to do the main story and as much of that plot and such. I want to record this as much as I can. But I have also, right before turning on this to do today, I did something I haven't done in 2 years, and that is look at the analytics of the channel and seeing what people are actually watching, which is something most YouTubers kind of obsess over, and I don't because I just do what I want. But it did give me a little bit of insight as to the current state of like people who do watch my stuff, what they are like actually watching. And I'm kind of fine now with, at the moment, still abandoning Pokemon Soul Silver because nobody watched that. Like, the first video had, like, 40 views, and nobody watched after the first, like, 2 minutes. So that was 40 people clicking on the video and clicking off within, like, the first 5 minutes or something. And then for me, that explains a lot for the second video because I did a part 2 of that, and that only had 8 views. And that was the same thing, just people clicking on the video and clicking off in the first, like, 2 minutes. And I'm just like, okay, so nobody's watching... Nobody wants to watch me play Pokemon. Which is kind of unfortunate, because I'm a big Pokemon guy. But I just have to be in the mood to play a Pokemon game. I am a very big Pokemon fan, but yeah, playing the games is more just like I have to be in the right mood, and I have to want to play a specific game. And I was really jazzed to play Soul Silver, and then I got busy and such, and after looking at those analytics, I'm just like, yeah, nobody really cares about this, it seems. Funny enough, and I didn't expect this, the ones that people really seem to have actually sat down and watched, which is surprising to me, most of all was Ghost of Tsushima recently in the past year. People actually straight up sat down and watched the whole thing of every part of that through, and I'm talking like an amount of those viewers. I did not expect that, because I love Ghost of Tsushima, and it's an open-world action-adventure story game, and most people don't tend to sit down and... Like, I enjoy watching people play those games. That's why I play games like this, is that I enjoy watching these myself. So... seeing that other people actually wanted to sit down and watch that while I play it is actually really kind of flattering and nice. So that was surprising to me. And that also gives me more of an excitement to play Ghost of Yotoi in general. And second to that was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. People are actually watching Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They are sitting down and watching most, if not all, of the entire bits, which is also kind of surprising to me. And then you have weird, like, semi-one-offs like The Witness, which I hadn't finished. I haven't played it since we did it last November. And that had, like, modest views for, like, the first 20, 30 minutes, and then it all dropped off immediately.
God bless.
So I intend to do a little more of that. I probably won't finish that one either, just because it's already been almost a year anyway. Obviously, I just haven't had time to get to it, and I also kind of haven't been really in the mood for it. I'll get back to it when I'm in the mood for it, but yeah, I do intend to play a little more of that. And Astrobot, although Astrobot I'm assuming is much more just because at the time a lot of people just didn't have a PlayStation 5 or the game, and people sat down and watched all of that as well. Abzu was a weird one, because looking at the graph, it's very up and down. It's almost like people were skipping through it. And that was kind of the same thing for Panto's story as well. Panto's story is very, like, up and down, all over the place, kind of skipping around. And then Pewdle's story is the funny one to me, because Pewdle's story has a very solid sit-down and watch rate for the entire video game gameplay section. And then it just hard cuts when it goes to the Flash game that I did as a bonus for extra content at the end of that. It's a hard cut of people just, after the video games, the actual, like, original game's done, nobody watched the Flash thing, which is really, really funny to me, because it's just like, oh, people did not give a shit about this other content for this game. So, that's a little disappointing that people were not as enthusiastic as I am about that stuff, but, you know.
Hans moved to Humperlets.
You still owe me for the stuff from Germany.
Look, Fred, you have me confused with someone else. My name's not Hans.
If you're broke, just say so and stop trying to wriggle out of it.
You're Joachim, aren't you? We've met before.
I knew it, see?
So this is something that we're gonna actually, like, now that all my dialogue about, like, what's going on with me, the channel, my thoughts about this game and all that, the preamble out of the way, we're gonna start actually playing the game. So this guy I talked to on my own at some point within the past couple days. He thinks that we're like a trader guy that he gave a bunch of stuff to go to Germany to sell, and we were going to come back and, like, give him some of the profits or whatever or something. We don't know who this guy is. He thinks that he knows us, and he keeps calling us Hans. So that is the context for this guy and what's going on here.
You do remember.
But my name's not Hans. It's Henry.
Why play around like this when we know each other so well?
How much does this Hans owe you?
Look, you owe me for the stuff I sent for you. You claimed you'd sell it for twice the price. You can keep half of it, but half is mine. That was the deal.
I have to go.
Farewell, Hans.
Right, so, yeah, this guy obviously was scammed out of his stuff, and he's mistaking us for the guy who took his stuff. Okay. So, at some point, we will get the Groschen to pay him back. I've already paid back the Groschen for Bozenga for taking care of us at the beginning of the game. I actually got a trophy on PlayStation for that for some reason. Apparently, that's just something a lot of people don't do, is pay her back, which is weird to me. Okay, so we should find a bar. I'm not sure if Samin has a bar. I'm gonna talk to this guy if I can. Oh, no, I don't want to rob him. I just wanted to ask him something. You've discovered a smokehouse. Bohusha's mother. Is there a bar here? Zenga seemed to think that there was.
Are you in need of something?
No, Okay. She got very defensive / offensive there for some reason, don't know why. I did look at Warhorse Studios, like, online shop, just to see, like, what kind of merch they were selling for this game. There's some pretty alright merch. I think some of their t-shirt designs could be better. I really like how they're really getting into the rabbit, like, interaction symbols for a lot of the marketing for this game. So let me see if I can show that off to kind of explain that. Like, let me be rude and weird for a moment. No? Okay. Entering a house should be alright, or doing this. Yeah, that, you see the rabbit up there on the top? That is the social, like, look how well animated that is. Look at him walking. I love those guys, and it seems Warhorse loves them as well, because a lot of their merchandise features that rabbit in the various poses and status symbols it represents in the game. I wanted to get one of the shirts, but they were all out of larges. And it's just like, I'm like a European large, which is like a North American medium, I think, or something. And, yeah, I was disappointed in that, because it's just like, the rest of the shirts are fine, but, like, that there was one shirt that just looked really good, and I was like, oh, yeah, I want to have that, and it's not in my size. I'm not getting an extra large. That's way too big for me. I'm not seeing a bar in Samin. I'm sorry to tell Bozenga. Unless it's, like, weirdly outside of town? 'Cause that's, like, the castle or something, I think. We're not gonna find anything there. We can try this building, but it's a fair bit out of town. And also, the other annoying thing is it doesn't seem like many of the other characters in this town really have interactions. We can't talk to them or anything. This is what a lot of this game is going to be, by the way. It's going to be a lot of just, like, walking around. Where is that? What is that? it kind of reminds me of Shenmue 3 and just Shenmue in general in that kind of sense, where it's like it's a lot of walking around, asking questions, just getting immersed in the world as if like you're really here. So for me, this is a very cozy experience outside of, you know, getting killed by dogs. The combat, and some people might be annoyed at me saying that, but like the combat's probably about the same as Shenmue anyway as well. That's the funny thing. I didn't mind like people are still salty about like Shenmue 3's combat, and I thought it was fine. It's a grind, but honestly, this game's combat is kind of more grindier in my opinion. It's not hard. You just have to, like, sit down and memorize, like, 3 combos, and that's it. It's not that difficult. Shenmue 1's was, I will admit, Shenmue 1's combat was a smidgen cleaner because it was based off of the Virtua Fighter engine, but it's not that different than Shenmue 3. Yeah, I don't see a bar here. Can I talk to the catch pole? I wasn't able to before. Hey, dude, can I could rob him. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. What are you talking about? She told us to go to Samine, to go to a bar to look for Mutt. There's nothing in Samine, and now it's telling us to go to Zheslov. I guess we're going to Zheslov, okay. Yeah, Zheslov did not come up at all in our dialogue, so I don't know why it's now telling us to go up here. At least the rain is gone.
God grant you health.
Okay, so it should be up this way. Oh, my point earlier about bringing up the whole, like, well, I'm probably not going to finish this game, but I'm going to play as much as I can or want with it. Look at that hog. Look at him. Oh, he loves the mud. So cute. Anyway, is in bringing up all, like, the analytics and stuff like that. I looked at the analytics. Actually, enough views and time has passed on that already. It's been like a week since that video went up, and a fair amount of people actually watched it. But the problem with it is that people watched like the first 5 minutes, just like the Pokemon videos. A lot of people clicked on it, watched like 5 minutes, and then clicked off of it. So I'm just like, okay, so this is the first part in a long RPG, and people are not watching the first part of it. That's not a good sign. So I'm going to keep playing this at my own whim, but I'm making no guarantees that I'm going to play through this whole game. It's just how I'm going to phrase it. I'm playing this for my amusement, and if people want to watch that, then that is cool. I'm still amused at the Ghost of Tsushima thing, man. Everybody was watching that stuff. I can't believe that. Okay, let's ask these guys if they know anything.
Greetings to you. How can I help?
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up, good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good. But still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals. I've got no idea where they went.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Vostatek, Lord von Bergoff's huntsman, is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. So if you know your way round the woods, you could go and offer him your help. But I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. One more thing. You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
A water goblin? Tell me more. Where is Glimbo's gold? Tell me.
You have a water goblin here?
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby.
He's got a
Follow
hut.
the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond. You'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their spot.
I'm afraid I've got bad news. I found the lads, but they were dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is another thing that I encountered on my wanders by myself. I didn't know this had any real context. I thought it was just world building. I found 3 dead dudes in the river, and they had, like, nothing on them. But one of them had, like, an unlucky die, which is, like, a specific die for the dice game that sucks. And I sold it because it sucks.
They drowned.
Christ almighty. I told them they should have returned the treasure. Those poor lads. Such foolishness. Thanks anyway. I'll let the Troskovitz gravedigger know. He'll bury them.
Okay. That's some weird extra context for me about something I just passively ran across.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
I don't think that's really for me.
As you wish. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. By the way, old Olbram from Zheleov keeps complaining about the Takovites. If you go and see him, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. But, well, he takes a bit of getting used to, though.
Oh? What do you mean?
You'll see. I mean, here, and that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, innkeeper. That sounds interesting. I'm feeling a bit peckish.
Okay, we have shoved our face with a dozen onions now.
Look out!
What? Right, so right now this is kind of worrying me in the sense that Mutt seems to be hanging out with a bunch of wolves, and to me that means we're going to have to fight a bunch of wolves. And I already spent an amount of time today discussing how much I am not a fan of fighting dogs and wolves in this game because they're kind of BS. So, this is not looking super great. Go ask the shepherd from Kopanina whether he's seen Mutt. Okay, so this is going into an area I have actually not been to yet, really. Tachov. And that fast travel scene alone is kind of a reason for why I went off on my own to run around the map. Is because, like, that travel from Zhelyov to Takov alone, this is like a half hour. This is like a half hour of just wandering around out here. And I like that, but I kind of don't want to waste your time with that as much as the viewer. I would enjoy that in a live stream, to be honest. That would be fun. Like, this I could see being a pretty fun live stream if and you have an audience that is with you live, because then you can just shoot the shit with people while you're walking around out here in medieval Europe. That would be great. That would be freaking great. But that's not entirely the format I'm doing here, so it's a little bit smarter. You are overloaded. You cannot run, jump, or fast travel when you are overloaded. How am I overloaded? I already fast traveled. I didn't pick anything up. Huh? I can drop something, but yeah. Oh. Why are we 100% conspicuous? Wow, we have no charisma right now. Oh, maybe it's because we're drunk. Well, what the? Do you see that? That was a weird, like... It was almost like Henry was grabbing his head or something. I don't know what's going on. He's a little drunk, it seems. I can tell there's a little vignette around his eyes for our vision, but... Right. We're just gonna keep walking. Everything's fine. We're not dying. But yeah, I could tell this being a really good, relaxed vibe stream on Twitch. Where you're just kind of shooting the shit with your chat. I don't really have a chat, so... I make up a chat. That is what I've done for the past 5 years. I do intend to try a stream at some point soon. The first year of me doing this was entirely streams. And then I just kind of weaned away from it. Wow, what is going on with Henry's vision? Is that just the sunset? It feels like everything's becoming blood red. And thus, the grasp of death closed in on young Henry's eyes, ripping them from their sockets into a strawberry cherry void. Yeah, what the heck is going on with his vision? It's so red! What's going on? You are hungover. You had one too many. Now you're hungover, and it's weakening you. If you keep overdoing it, you become addicted. What are you talking about? We had like 2 beers. I've never even had alcohol in my. This is what would happen if I ever had alcohol. In the sense of like I've never had alcohol, and I would just like my vision would just turn blood red. I would just float up to the surface of the earth and die like a fish. I can't see anything going on here. Dog. Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay? How far back did that put us? I swear to God, if that's putting us back at Bozenga's house. This is what I mean by the save system kind of sucking in this game a little bit. There we go. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Right. Note to self. And I'm doing this now. Don't drink the alcohol. Alcohol is bad. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. I don't care if I can sell it. We're not doing that. We're gonna just shove a ton of onions in our face right now. Why do we have so many onions, you may be asking. I found a bag full of them. We're just gonna leave. We're gonna leave all this shit here on the ground. No. You know what we're doing? We're gonna sell it. We're gonna sell it for money. We're gonna make some use of this horrible, horrible food. So. Now we're locking in. I'm gonna go over here to the Nomad camp. This is the weird part. For some reason, it doesn't go to the west of Bozenga's house. It has us cross around the entire lake. A body of a horse is lying in the road ahead of you. Continue on your way. Okay, we're going to the Romani camp. We're gonna sell some stuff to Mordecai. Why are we red? Again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, okay, what's going on here? Oh, no way! Are the onions poisoning us? Are the onions poisoning us? Because look at our health, we're dying!
Somebody gave you a good working over. Are you alright? This? Nah, it's nothing. But thanks for asking.
I think the onions are what's actually killing us. What is this stat we have on us? What is this? Our nourishment is fine. I don't know what that... I'm assuming that's like food poisoning or whatever that top symbol on the left in that 1 meter is.
Hey.
No, I don't want to race horses. I'm dying of food poisoning right now. You guys have anywhere where I can just like lay down and sleep? You are too badly hurt. You need treatment.
Somebody gave you a good working over.
Yeah, we're gonna die in like a second. So, note to self for when we die again. Don't eat the onions. Mordecai, help me! He's dead! Mordecai, no. Oh god, that death was funny in my opinion. This death that happened first sucked. Okay, so we are going to sell. We're gonna sell the onions as well. I'm assuming now that just food that has bad resistance, like, let me take a look at it. Yeah, like you can see it has 0. I'm pretty sure, like, it's still gonna nourish us, but it's gonna start hurting us, I think. So we're going to sell the onions to Mordecai if he'll take them. Let's see what happens with that. Man, that really... Like, at least we now know exactly, like, where to go. We have to go to Sheshlov, and then we have to go up to that shepherd. You see a man bending down on the road ahead of you with a motionless body next to him in a cart nearby. He notices you and stands up, walking towards you. Flee. We fail. We are probably going to die here again, ladies and gentlemen.
Unless you want to end up the same way, keep going.
Okay. Just... No, I'm going. No problem here, man. He's suited up in a pretty good amount of armor, so I'm pretty sure it would not have been smart to go and attack him, to be honest. If he was wearing stuff like us, then I probably would have went for it, just because anyway. Like, we've already just died twice. We may as well try it, but that... no. Okay, we have full health. We're not dying. Everything is fine. Let's go sell these rotten onions and alcohol. That was a heck of a combo, then, that killed us the first time.
You look to me a lot like...
Alcohol poisoning and poison onions. What a heck of a way to kill yourself.
Sholem, what is it?
How's it going, Mordecai? Alright, so... I have some terrible food that I need you to take off of me. Oh, this is some very nice music. Is there any more rotten food? These cabbages? And I think that's it. I want to keep this ring I got off of a noble that I had killed because it has, like, good charisma stuff attached to it, apparently.
Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Okay, we got rid of the poison. So, now that we've done that, we're gonna go back to the story again. Ask about Mutt in the tavern. So let's go back to Zhelyhov. If the reticule... Like, imagine trying to pick a lock with this. This is what I'm talking about. It's like, there's so much movement with this. I'm trying to get this to go just like this. It's like controlling Mario in Mario 1. If you know that kind of extra momentum feeling that he has in that game. You don't just stop on a dime. It kind of has its own gravity to it. Well, gravity, momentum, you know what I mean.
Gather round, good men. You can avoid danger. Hear what I say about the greatest evil of all. The one called woman.
Oh, we got an incel over here. Okay. Hey, dude, you need to stop listening to Manosphere podcasts. It'll ruin you. I hear a dog, which is not a good thing. Are we heading in the right direction? Okay, we are. It's just we went through the woods instead for some reason. Okay, we're gonna speedrun this guy's dialogue.
Greetings. What do you need?
My dog.
I haven't seen just the other.
Where can I find...
Siegfried? Here, he said,
Do you know where that... Excuse me.
let me...
He was here.
Why?
What do you...
Because I'm still...
What's going...
He's got...
What? You have...
Edward, if you...
Where did you...
If you...
You have a...
If you...
And what...
I...
Would you happen...
They... Thanks.
Any other...
Recent my stuff.
Why?
They said...
Aren't wolves the...
That's what...
Did they tell...
In a gore...
Did they...
They mentioned...
You haven't...
By...
I don't...
As... By the way, if you go and see takes...
Oh?
You'll see. And that's pretty...
Thanks, Inky.
Okay. That's done. So now we gotta go up to the shepherd again. This game moves pretty fast if you just skip all the dialogue. Right. So we are heading to...
Really need to eat something.
Okay. Well, we don't have any onions or alcohol to poison ourselves with again. Let's have a nice, healthy apple. And some cabbages. Some cheese grommet. Some dried beef. Some beef jerky. Oh yeah, we are stuffed. Okay.
God grant protection.
Okay. We've arrived and we're not dying this time. That's nice. So where's the shepherd?
Greetings.
Hey, can you wake up?
I hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange color.
That could have been mutt.
If I understand you, you're looking for your dog and think he might be with those wolves, right?
That's right. I'll have to find that pack to see if it's him.
I'll say. Since you're already going after that pack, would you mind doing a good deed? If you kill those furry fuckers, there'll be a reward in it for you.
No, I won't let myself get killed. Fine, I'll help you. Honestly, I don't want to because, like I've said, the dog fighting mechanic in this game really sucks. At least so far. Like, at my current strength, it's just abysmal.
I don't want to get in a fight with the whole pack. Who knows how that would end?
Damn it. Then I'll have to go and see that drunk gamekeeper.
Farewell, my friend.
Reputation lost. Sorry, dude, but yeah. So where are we going now? Okay, we've done that. Try and ask the fisherman about mud. Oh, so if we just don't go to try and kill the wolves, then we're just not going to find mud. Huh. Well, we're going to try this other guy first because, yeah, I don't really care to fight the wolves. Like, if we have to for the story, then sure, but out of the gate, that's not my first option.
Greetings. Since you're always walking around the ponds here, did you notice a stray dog wandering about?
What? A dog? Do you think he came here to poach fish? Now sheep? Well, that would be another story.
And why did you specifically mention sheep?
A while back I heard Siegfried the shepherd complaining about them. Or about the gamekeeper. Or both. Why didn't you go and ask him yourself?
I've already spoken with him. Is there anyone else around?
Look, I'm interested in things that swim in the water. Go and ask the gamekeeper about things that run around in the forest. He lives here, on the other side of the pond, but be careful. He drinks like a fish.
Thanks. I'll try and ask him. Otherwise, you haven't heard any talk of stray dogs around here, have you?
No, if it doesn't have fins and scales, I'm not interested in it. Though one night I was way down on the southern end of Rock Tower Pond, the big one, I've a spot there where I catch catfish. Well, I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I hear howling. Not just any old howling, mind you. There must have been at least 50 of them howling in the woods. A noise like an avalanche. I ran straight home and haven't been back there since.
Such a large pack.
I wish you a blessing.
They're making it way by continually mentioning like this is a large pack of wolves, man. I'm just like, it's making me even less and less interested to go after this wolf pack. I don't know what they're doing here. Okay, so the gameskeeper's out of town. The sky is so blinding.
Just a bit more. Done. Greetings. Something awful must have happened.
Okay, that is the archery tutor. He is not helpful right now. Let me talk to the lady down here. Maybe she knows where he is.
Are you looking for my husband? You won't find him here today.
What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened. And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Does that happen often? That he gets lost in the woods?
He disappears for a while from...
How much you bet that we're no matter what gonna have to go and kill a lot of these wolves because like he's being attacked or has been killed by these wolves, and no matter what, if we went with the shepherd or with the fisherman's tangent of this mission, it would have led us to the same situation.
Time to time, when he gets orders from Lord
The falsehood of decision making.
Virgo. Besides that, well...
What is it? You can tell me.
He drinks a bit sometimes. Then everything takes him longer. His job isn't easy, so I understand when he does, and I don't get upset with him.
Well, I drink a bit myself.
Like I always say.
Do you know where...
In all the forest...
Vitek?
Our son.
So your husband...
I'd go but you look like...
Why did
There are wolves...
What could you meet...
Well, so watch...
That's actually the weird thing, is that I've been through plenty of the woods on my own, and I've encountered no wolves just, like, out in the woods. They're always on some sort of path for some sort of... Like, if it's like in other open-world adventure games, like in Ghost of Tsushima, Valhalla, you'll just randomly be walking on a path, and an enemy will be in front of you. It's kind of like a classic adventure game situation. And the wolves are a similar thing where they spawn in like random enemies that will be there to ambush you or do other things. I've not just seen them randomly out in the woods before yet. The woods are frightening.
Yeah, you're right. You never know what might jump out at you from behind a tree.
Exactly.
What can I expect?
I can give you some groschen, but above all...
All right.
Thank you. Before you leave, maybe he'd know...
Why doesn't
I told him, and besides...
All right.
Be careful. God be with you.
Okay.
And have a pleasant evening.
Find the gamekeeper of Volstatek. Learn from Vitek where the huntsman was heading. Okay, where's Vitek then?
Welcome. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for your father. Did he mention where he was headed?
Ma talked you into it, didn't she? I'd be willing to bet he just got wasted as usual. He's nothing but a drunkard. It's no secret.
I don't have time to argue with you. I'll pay you. Take this and talk.
You're mad. Pa doesn't deserve any help. But do what you want. Just don't tell him you gave me any money once you find him. And just take it from me and spend it on booze.
Where did he go? Tell me.
That's funny. To me, that immediately tells me that no matter what, if and I chose charisma or just speaking it out with him or anything like that, it wouldn't have worked anyway because this guy just hates his dad.
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and see if there were any wolves about. So I'd go down below the cottage, walk along the shore, and then turn north into the old forest. If you didn't get boozed up and forget, that is, wouldn't be the first time.
Shouldn't you be looking for your father? You can come with me.
Ha! Forget about it. I'm sure it'll end with you dragging his drunken arse home anyway, and I'd rather avoid that.
What's your problem with him? He's your pa. You shouldn't talk about him like that.
All he does is drink and doesn't care about anyone else. Why would I talk about him in any other way? He's like a big drooling infant. Ma and me are always at his beck and call. So I say we should let him deal with it himself.
Be that as it may, I'm going out to look for him.
No need to rush. At least it would give him time to sleep it off and come home on his own.
You good? Okay. I don't have any new markers for this, so I'm not sure exactly where to go. No, there is a... Oh, that's just the shepherd. Okay. Right. I like whatever music is playing here quite a bit, though. I'm gonna talk to them one more time just to see if anything happens. Okay, Zlata is done. No. Okay. Okay, so paying him to talk doesn't seem to have really helped much. Yeah, I assume we're just gonna have to go out into the woods and just see if we can find this guy somewhere. Okay, there might have been a bit of a cut there from scene to scene, and you might see that we're in a different place. I'm not sure where we just were before, but we're having a little bit of a time travel moment here, and we won't be long because we're going to move on to the next part eventually at some point in the future. But, so, context. Everything that had just happened for the past hour or two or whatever, that was recorded back on, like, August 4th. Of 2025, and it is currently December 26th, the day after Christmas, in 2025. So it's been a while since I've touched this game. I will get back to it. I haven't been playing it, and I haven't been playing a whole lot this past fall for a few reasons, mainly because I've been running low on memory, and I haven't been wanting to chalk up a couple $100 for hard drives to start storing new stuff for the channel, because I've been putting that money towards other, frankly, way more important things in life as an adult. But, you know, yeah, so I'm just kind of, I'm trying to, like, I shut off the video where I did back in August, and I intended to get back in, like, start playing again, like, a couple hours later. That didn't happen that day. I was just, like, whipped from work and things that I did after that point. And then I went back to that video file. I talked about this briefly, I think, in one of the last Assassin's Creed Valhalla parts before I started playing Assassin's Creed Mirage, in how, like, I just did not really know how that video went because I hadn't really looked back at it since then. And that was like 2 months after I had made the video still again. And that's the thing, this has been like on hold for almost half a year at this point. So I apologize. Thank you for watching everything up until this point for some weird like context clarity. If you saw the first part and you're like, where's the second part? And I'm just like, oh, it's just mainly because of work getting in the way. Because when I sit down and play this game, I want to play for like 2 to 4 hours, and that's a lot of time for me. So that's also why I haven't been able to even finish Assassin's Creed Mirage at this point. But the main issue that has put me off from even considering playing anything a whole lot, let's put it that way, just like a whole lot. It's the same reason why I didn't really bother pursuing Ghost of Yotoi when it came out. I own it now, so we will be starting Ghost of Yotoi soon, if you are curious about that, if you saw my Ghost of Tsushima playthrough. Yes, this is just kind of an end preamble to kind of catch up before the year end. Weird place to do it, given this video is almost 6 months old. But, yeah, the main issue has been memory. So, I have had a Western Digital, like, 2 terabyte, it might be 4 terabytes, I'm not sure. I've had a large capacity Western Digital drive for the past, like, 3.5 or so years, something like that. I think I started using it when I began the Red Dead 2 playthrough. Like, began that playthrough. That was, like, summer of 23, maybe 22, I don't know. And the hard drive has been filling up consistently this whole year. So I have, unfortunately, been having to continually delete VODs and video files that I have been making this whole year. Not everything, but a lot of them. Mostly smaller series or series that I don't plan to continue. Things like the Mario Odyssey playthrough was tossed. The Pokemon Soul Silver playthrough was tossed. And those are tossed just because they were not doing well. I could see that they were not getting the expected views, and would not... For the analytics sake of things, they seem to not be things that resonated with people who were watching the channel. So I really love those games, but for the time being, I'm like, okay, do I want to make another Assassin's Creed part? Do I want to make another Kingdom Come Deliverance part? Do I want to make a Ghost of Tsushima part? Anything like that? I have to get rid of something. So a lot of one-off things were tossed, which is unfortunate. I think the only incomplete series that I did not toss on that drive is, weirdly enough, the Sonic Frontiers playthrough. I think that might be it. Everything else is like a complete... Up to now is like either a concurrent or completed playthrough. Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla's all on there. The entire Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough's on there. There's a few parts of the Witcher 3 playthrough on there still, actually. So it's like, these are much more important to me, personally, than me playing Sackboy: A Big Adventure one time. So, yeah, so for me, it's mostly just been a memory thing. It's been like, okay, the hard drives are expensive, especially right now in the magical world where RAM is going to become a currency, essentially. And I'm like, okay, do I want to chalk up $200 to $250 for a drive or not? No. So why are we here today? Well, it's the day after Christmas. For Christmas, one of the very, very few things I asked for Christmas from my parents is, could you please just get me a hard drive? Could you get me a hard drive so I could do this YouTube thing some more, so I can put my normal money towards things that, you know, I actually do in life that are much more important to me. Can you give me a hard drive so I could have some fun with video games again? And they did that. So I now have a 5 terabyte hard drive that I can, for the foreseeable future, there will be no issues because it's 5 terabytes. So it should at least last me like another 2 to 4 years. I don't know. But, yeah, great. So that means that more video games. Great. As for the work side of things, work is not going to let up. But January of 2026, I'm not going to have as much work because there's not much in terms of requests coming in for what I do for work. But February, March, yeah, the early springish, we might see some more stuff. Every time I say this, it always goes like, oh, well, I do that, and then I put out nothing. That whole stop and go kind of thing, a big part of that was the memory issue, let alone my work schedule. But, yeah, so January we should be, I have Ghost of Yotoi, I have Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, I want to finish Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is funny because there is an Assassin's Creed Mirage Part 3. It's been done for a month and a half, and I haven't been able to touch this video or that video because I recorded that video, the Assassin's Creed Mirage Part 3, and it blocked up the hard drive, and I'm like, I'm not deleting anything anymore. I'm just going to wait till Christmas to see if I do get a new hard drive or not. So I've had Assassin's Creed Mirage Part 3 just sitting on the drive, unedited, on anything, alongside this video, which has been stuck in here since August. And now that I have this new drive, I've moved over the Assassin. This is still being currently rendered. What you're watching right now is being live rendered on the original hard drive, but I threw the Assassin's Creed Mirage onto the new hard drive to move open some space so I can record this and then edit the whole video. So, it is dark out here. Right. If you're wondering, am I playing any more Kingdom Come Deliverance today? No, we're kind of just done here for today. I just kind of wanted to cap off this part so I can move it out the door, and also give some explanations about some things. So, yeah. I like this game a lot. I haven't played it. Funny enough, I haven't played it since the 4th of August when I recorded the last part, and I opened up the game and it gave me like a warning like, hey, we see you haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in a long time. Would you like all the tutorials to be told to you again? Which is good. I think that's a great concept. I don't think I've seen many games do that before, especially complex games like this. Like, you don't get that in Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Ghost of Tsushima or anything like that. Or even Elder Scrolls. They just plonk you back in and expect you to remember everything. As we punch with Henry. Oh, we're getting worn out from that. Okay. Giving Henry a bit of a workout after he's been sleeping for 4 or 5 months. Anyway. So, yeah, I think that's about it on my end to kind of cap this off. I want to push this video out the door because I hadn't looked at it since August. I skimmed through it. It seems totally fine. We're pushing it out the door. Eventually we'll get around to a third part, maybe. I'm not sure entirely because I have a few other things like Ghost of Yotoi. I have the Assassin's Creed stuff. I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I want to get to the Paris DLC now, which we can do as well because now we have the memory space for it. I also will soon be playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the PlayStation 4 for the first time. I've played it on the Switch. I played it on the 360. I played it on the Wii U. I played it on the Switch, and I've played it on the Xbox One. And I just have not owned it for the PlayStation 4. I want to throw it into my PlayStation 5 and see if there's any performance increases, because it does that for a couple Assassin's Creed games like Syndicate. I don't own Syndicate anymore, but I know it does. And, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be... I bring up 4 because I'm not sure if I'm going to be recording Assassin's Creed 4 or if I'm just going to play that on my own on the side. I'm still debating that. I might. It's really going to come down to how am I feeling while playing Ghost of Yotoi, because Ghost of Yotoi is going to be the next big playthrough alongside wrapping up Assassin's Creed Mirage and starting up Assassin's Creed Valhalla's Paris DLC after Mirage is finished. So, yeah. A lot of stuff in the works. The gears have been rusted this year in terms of video content, which has been kind of fine because I've been very busy with work this year. And I will be very busy with work again next year. It's gonna really pick up in the summer. Late spring summer is gonna pick up quite a lot. I'm still busy throughout all of January and February and March and such, but there's just a little bit less of work. So I might be able to squeeze in a few more things here or there. I'm not sure. Do not take my word on that. I'm just speaking out of my mind right now the day after Christmas with hope and joy for the future of 2026. Let's hope it's a better year. I have my doubts, but, you know, 'tis life. 'Tis life. Now I'm just rambling. I hope you all had a good Christmas. I will probably talk about that a little bit. I'll be talking about that stuff a lot more in the video, whatever the video is, after I push out the Assassin's Creed Mirage Part 3, which is going to be a little funny. That's going to be a funny one because in that one, in this next video, I talk a lot about post-Thanksgiving, like how Thanksgiving went and stuff. And it's going to be delayed by a month and a half or so. And like how... The funny part for me is I talk quite a bit about my thoughts about what kind of video content I'm going to be putting out in December. Excuse me? Excuse me, past self. What were you thinking? You knew full well that there would not be a whole lot of anything. Anyway. So that'll be funny. For me, at least. So, yeah. That is the current state of affairs. We have 5 terabytes of memory space to play with and make videos and play video games with. And I'm also going to, since memory's just been such a big issue this year with data, I'm going to really, like I have in the past, tried to consolidate like visual space, because if I render something in like 1080p, for like a 2 to 3 hour video, that's normally like 40 to 60 gigabytes. That's a lot of memory. You do something like this where it's 4K or anything, that's literally doubling the memory. These multiple hour videos of a 4K PS5 game or 4 game or what have you, they add up to being like 150 or 70 gigabytes. And it's kind of nuts because that's actually double the size of the games themselves. Most of the time. Ghost of Yotoi is like 100 gigabytes or something, which I find crazy. Especially since it's just running in the same Ghost of Tsushima engine. It looks virtually identical to everything I've seen of it. I'm very curious for Ghost of Yotoi because I talked about this a while ago, but like I know nobody who's played it. And I've heard of nobody who's played it that I know of personally or anything. And when I went to look up, like, how do people think about this, they're just kind of just like, it's more Ghost of Tsushima. It's fine. The story's not as good, but apparently it's fine. It's just apparently rather unremarkable. So that is my only knowledge going into Ghost of Yotoi is, people thought it was fine, but not like insane, which is, it lines up with what I saw online because I saw nobody talking about Ghost of Yotoi online. The only time I ever see Ghost of Yotoi brought up in the past couple months since it came out is the advertisement Sony puts out from PlayStation saying, hey, you should buy Ghost of Yotoi. That's it. Oh, we got a guy on the road. Let's go see him. Instead of pacing back and forth by the archery hut. There's another shadowy person behind him, and I'm scared.
Greetings.
Oh, it's just some hunters. But yeah, I'm curious. So, on the docket, let's just flatly say this. Assassin's Creed Mirage, we're going to finish that up. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, once we get done with Mirage, we're going to jump into the Paris DLC. This game will probably return at some point, but I'm not sure when. I'm going to make no commitment to this game. I will just flatly say that. If it comes back, awesome. I honestly have enjoyed my time with this. I've played quite a fair bit on my own prior to that last recording, this recording that I made. And it's good, but it's still really balls hard. My biggest critique of this game, if you remember from watching the first part a long time ago, is the lockpicking system still just really, 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 really sucks ass on console. It really, really, really sucks. I'm a director myself, and if I were directing any aspect of this game, I would say fix this shit with the locking system. Because it's also a really, really, really important part of the game, too. So it just makes it, you get like up to where I have with the game, you get to the lockpicking system, you see how impossible it is, and you really, it doesn't matter that this game's like $70 normally. You really just don't want to play it anymore at that point, because you're like, it becomes a job. It doesn't become a video game, it just becomes a job. You have to really commit yourself to learning the lockpick system, and that is something that's, I know people love to meme about the Elder Scrolls' lockpicking system, but it's not supposed to be some integral part of the gameplay. It's just supposed to be a little thing that accentuates the rest of the game. And in here, it's like looking at the true antagonist of the game. It makes it so affrontingly impersonal and difficult. I don't know what they were thinking. Warhorse, I love your games, but please. Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 had the same issue. I'm really disappointed it's here as well. Anyway, that's my only real critique of this game. I don't mind the actual like NPC difficulty, the weirdness of the combat. It makes that stuff is difficult but interesting. That's actually difficult or interesting. Making puzzles that are really annoying to use a controller with is not interesting. It's just annoying. Anyway, I haven't recorded anything, so if I'm just kind of rambly, I'm sorry. I'm used to talking with people like this. So, that might be it, yeah. I do also have, I brought it up, but I do also have Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. I've not touched it yet. I have installed it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that in regards to the channel yet. I'm probably going to play that a bit off part on my own, just to see how I feel about it, because I played through Oblivion, 6 years ago. It will be next year. 6 years ago on the Xbox 360, and I didn't finish that playthrough because I moved over that save data to the Xbox One, and for some reason, no. I moved a few other different files over to the One. That file is still on my 360, but for some reason my new capture card does not like the Xbox 360. It works fine with the One, it just does not like my Xbox 360 for some reason. I don't know why. AverMedia, fix your stuff. Which is funny because my capture card is the best one you can get from AverMedia. So, it's not cheap. I spent a lot of money years ago on that. Anyway. Yeah, so Oblivion's going to be kind of like a look-see on my own time, see if I feel like, is this worth doing anything with the channel? Is it worth a full playthrough? Is it worth maybe a few one-offs or something random like that? Maybe. And I also have Indica. Indica is a weird kind of horror, surreal, I guess you could call it an adventure game. It's its own kind of thing, and a lot of people don't know about it. People who know about it know about it. Shinji Mikami really loves it. He beat his playthrough of it. He beat his playthrough of it like, I want to say a month or so ago, around like Thanksgiving or something. And I've been keeping my eye on it for probably the better half of maybe around this time last year. And I decided to get it, and I might do a playthrough of it. And I also might do a playthrough of Still Wakes the Deep. That is another game that I've had for a couple weeks now that I just have not touched, that I'm very interested in. I've seen a full playthrough of Still Wakes the Deep. I think it's fantastic, and I recommend it to anybody to look it up. It's developed by the Chinese Room who made Dear Esther, which is also why I'm interested in it, because I like the Chinese Room's work. So I'm like, I've seen a whole playthrough of the game. I think it's fantastic. I would like to sit down and actually try it myself as well. So, That might be a thing as well. Animal Crossing, I'm not sure what to do with Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing happened at the worst possible time because I made that video, I rendered that video, I put up that video, and then I realized I don't have the memory space to continue making these videos. So we have the first part of a long-running series that is just the first part again. And that happens more often than I wish to care to think about because it's just like time constraints, memory constraints, work constraints, you know, scheduling stuff. It'll probably pick up again, but it'll be a little weird because you're going to have the first part and then in like another, I don't know, 4 months will go by and then there will just be like nothing. And then it'll be like a weird time skip kind of thing, which is also unfortunate because that means that save file has missed the holiday season roughly for this year, which is always fun in Animal Crossing, but, you know, I'm not losing sleep over it. It's just one of those, oh yeah, that sucks kind of things. The moon going down. I think that's a sign of I should wrap this up. The whole point of this ending thing at the end. How long have I been talking? 23 minutes! Oh, man. Okay, yeah, this was supposed to be like a 5-minute high and by thing. Anyway, this has essentially become like the beginning of a video's preamble, but at the end of the video, that's a new one. So, yeah. So next video is going to be Assassin's Creed Mirage Part 3. I'm going to finally edit that together, throw it up, and then will be something else. Either more Assassin's Creed Mirage, probably Ghost of Yotoi will be starting. I kind of want to start the year immediately with Ghost of Yotoi, so I might just record a bunch of... I probably am going to record a bunch of Ghost of Yotoi and then kind of put them out together with a few other game videos in between, like Mirage. If we finish Mirage really quickly, then it would just skip into Valhalla. Things like that. I kind of want to structure January this next coming year the same way I really heavily structured January of 2020, where I did like a Horizon Chase Turbo video, then like 3 days later a Shenmue 3 video came out, and then something random, and then another Horizon Chase Turbo video came out, and then another Shenmue 3 video came out. Just I want to try and structure January rather strongly with Ghost of Yotoi, Assassin's Creed, and maybe something else in between. I'm not sure. As I step in, start pacing around my room because I pace when I'm thinking about things. So if you hear my squeaky floorboards, that is why. Anyway, I think my mic should be good enough to where you can't hear that stuff. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. I haven't really done this that much in the past few months, so I'm hopeful that this next year goes off a little bit better than this year in terms of playing video games, weirdly enough. Work's been fine. Playing video games has been very much not a thing for me this past year, so in any case, see you next time. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.